Well, I think it's really important that we differentiate between Bitcoin and crypto. So crypto was convicted yesterday on 7 counts of fraud. Lying to people about what you're doing with their money is wrong. The beauty of Bitcoin is that's not an issue. There is a very clear digital ledger maintained by computers and a very clear protocol out there that's visible for everyone to see. Bitcoin is very different from crypto. So crypto was convicted yesterday. Bitcoin is still going very, very strong. The network's as strong as it's ever been. There's more users than there's ever been. So we continue to see very positive trends in Bitcoin, not so much in crypto.
What is the most positive trend? And do you believe that it's largely, especially with some of the price action that we've seen recently, that seems to have been driven not so much by what's taking place in trials, but more so by some of the ETFs that could be set for approval?
Yeah, I think the big picture trend is that Bitcoin is the best performing asset in 9 of the past 12 years. It's been up 3 out of 4 years. People tend to focus on the very short-term fluctuations and the volatility. But the reality is there's a real demand globally for an uncensorable asset where the regulators can't change the rules and the measuring stick over time. So I think another thing that's driven Bitcoin's appreciation recently is the massive debts we're racking up in the US. Deficits are going up, debts are going up, and someone's going to have to pay for that ultimately, and it's going to come from money printing.
So what's the next lever for Bitcoin, you think? I mean, are we really going to get back to the highs that we saw in 2021?
I think next year, if you look at historical patterns, to the extent they hold again next year, the halving means a reduction in the marginal supply of Bitcoin. If the demand does not change and the marginal supply effectively gets cut in half next April, there's only one clearing mechanism for that. It's higher price. So, there's all kinds of positive trends. The fact that fiat currencies have an almost perfect track record of failing over long periods of time. Bitcoin's much harder for people in the US to understand, given that we have a clear rule of law and very clear processes to expand the money supply. But the reality is the money will be printed. Bitcoin's supply is very clearly laid out, and that's a huge benefit for Bitcoin holders.
Bitcoin's found some of its biggest success, and crypto as a whole, some of its biggest success when FOMO is high. When there is lack of FOMO or lack of risk that people are willing to take on in their portfolios, what should we make of how crypto is set to perform at that point in time? And then even further forward, if they say, okay, this is just too risky of an asset, regardless of what types of other assets are layered on top of one particular vehicle?
I think it's important to define risk. A lot of people equate risk and volatility. The reality is you can't have an asset that's gone up by as much as Bitcoin has over the past decade without volatility. And that goes both ways. And so that's hard for a lot of people to tolerate. But the reality is people that have tolerated it have done very, very well. And so I think that's an important thing to think about. And the way you frame it is interesting, because is it really Bitcoin that's volatile, or is it people's perception of this new technology relative to fiat currencies that are volatile? Fiat currencies are the real thing that's volatile. There's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be created. And so yes, there's a lot of FOMO and trading in and out, and people should be looking at the bigger trend, which is that things move much, much higher. The best performing asset over the past decade by a gajillion%. But people focus on the short-term fluctuations in the here and now because they have short time horizons. But people that have longer time horizons, again, I think will continue to do very well in Bitcoin.
Well, I guess I mentioned risk in that the biggest risk coming to this point had been whether or not there would be actual wide-scale critical mass adoption utilization, whether there would be governments that would take a more crackdown type of measure versus an acceptance measure. And in some parts of the world we have seen that, but here in the US it seems like we're taking steps towards there being a way forward for holding cryptocurrency assets, but then it still comes back to okay, does there need to be utilization? I kind of put that to you. Does that kind of quell some of the concerns around risk?
Ultimately, I think utilization for Bitcoin will occur. Maybe on another layer on the Lightning Network. But the reality is, if you think about the fundamental aspects of currency, right? Well, you actually want the rules to be clearly set. The problem with all of these other currencies is the rules change every single year. And that's why inflation occurs and people's purchasing power goes down unless they do something productive with those assets. The great news about Bitcoin is that its value is derived solely from the amount of people that understand the technology, believe in it, and buy into it. And so, we've seen a trend of that going up over time, over many years. The Fed has actually studied how much they think you could regulate Bitcoin, and what the conclusion they arrived at was it's very hard to regulate because it's simply a protocol on your phone. Now, of course, you have these centralized on-ramps like Coinbase and others, but the reality is if people wanted to push the button, it'd be very hard to do. And if you look at the history of regulation around Bitcoin in other countries, every time countries try and regulate it, search history goes up, usage goes up, so it's very hard to censor.